All right, so today we need to talk about Mikel Arteta from Arsenal. If he should stay or if they should let him go, we're gonna put him on the hot seat today. So stick around as we dive deeper into this. Now, for those that don't know who I am, my name is Mike, and today, like I mentioned, we're talking about Mikel Arteta at Arsenal. If he should go, if he should stay, what are the problems that they're seeing at Arsenal? So first, let's dive into how Arsenal have been doing so far in this season. Now, obviously, as we've seen, they look absolutely terrible. They lost to Brentford, they lost to Chelsea, they lost to Manchester City. Now, in those three games, I'm thinking that they were only predicted to win against Brentford. I don't think many people had them beating Chelsea, and I don't think anyone had them beating Manchester City. While they do have some key players out right now, obviously in their defensive line, Gabriel and Ben White being the two big players, this is where they're having a real big struggle because as we saw in the Brentford game, there was a long throw in that apparently no one could defend from Arsenal, and it bounced a few times and it went in. I think it was Nordgaard who had the ball in, and therefore Brentford won 2-0. They were missing Aubameyang in that game as well, but overall their defense has been a huge issue where they're lacking because as we saw then in the Chelsea game, Romelu Lukaku was able to boss all the defenders, which we've seen him do before, but again, none of the Arsenal players were able to stay strong, hold up, and kind of back him off the line and everything, or put more pressure onto, which again led to multiple goals where Arsenal again could not do anything. And because they're not able to defend well, they're not able to attack because what's happening is as they're all sitting back, all the players keep dropping back, which leaves this whole open space up top. Now again, you have players that can score like Saka, Aubameyang, Lacazette if he is playing, but again, if they're all dropping back, there's no chance for them to ever score a goal, which again is what happened in that Chelsea game. We saw them, not sure what strategy they were going with, but Tierney was dropping into the middle, everyone else was dropping in the middle, which left acres of space for Alonso and Reece James, which again, I think Mikel Arteta got his formation wrong that day. But overall, against Brentford and Manchester City, he did, I wouldn't say okay, but he could have done better. And again, Manchester City, we saw what happened. They were down 2-0 before Xhaka got sent off. And therefore, again, once that happened, the game was done. There was no way Arsenal was coming back. But they did have a few chances prior to that maybe they should have put away. Had they have done that, it would have been a whole different scenario. But again, after the first three matches, most people were thinking that Arsenal was probably only going to have 3 points at best. The fact they have 0, yes, that is a huge loss. Maybe they should have 1 point, but again, right now, they're doing pretty poorly, but you can't expect too much from Arsenal right now. Now, again, I'm not an Arsenal fan, but I'm just talking about how Arsenal is doing. Now, moving forward, though, the teams that they do play once we come back from international break have to be Norwich, Burnley, and Tottenham. Now, this is where it gets really important for Arsenal because if they can beat Norwich, they can beat Burnley, and I'm saying they can beat them, not they should beat them. They should beat Norwich because Norwich is, again, a lower club team, but again, we've seen them struggle against Brentford. Burnley, you never know what you're going to get, but then Tottenham is going to be their hard team again. So it's almost flip-flop where they have 2 easier games and 1 hard game. If they can beat Norwich, then I think they can get some momentum going. Then they can beat Burnley. I don't think they'll beat Tottenham. Somehow Nuno has been really able to adapt his philosophy into this club fairly quickly. Their defense there in Tottenham has just been rock solid, so I don't think Arsenal's going to do well. I say that now, but again, things could change. But that's where it really is going to make a huge difference for Mikel Arteta. If he can win those games, I think he'll be okay. But if he loses one of those games, it's going to be very hard to get the support from the fans and everyone at Arsenal to really support this manager anymore because once you lose a few of those games, now you're almost looking at this massive uphill battle against all these other clubs you have to play against. Think about it, they still have to play Liverpool, Manchester United, West Ham, Leicester City, and again, Tottenham I know is coming up soon. You have to play all those guys as well, and if you don't get any points from them, you're sitting so far low that really you are struggling now against some of the lower teams. And again, not that we joke too much, but they would be sitting around relegation as they are right now. They're sitting bottom of the table, but again, like I said, they played also probably the 2 best teams in the league. After these 3 matches though, after we get back to international, if they don't have 6 points, it might be time for Mikel Arteta to leave Arsenal. So that's all I have for you today. Again, I put him on the hot seat. As of right now, I think he is okay. It's really going to come down to those next 2 matches against Norwich and Burnley. Tottenham, again, I don't think he's going to beat that team. He has to beat Norwich. He has to beat Burnley. If not, I think it's time for him to go. So that is all I have for you today on this episode. Make sure to drop a comment and like down below, and also subscribe to this YouTube video. I greatly appreciate that. Helps grow this YouTube channel, helps get this video to more and more fans of the Premier League. So thank you very much, and we will see you next time.